So this new Roblox Pokemon game will be releasing tomorrow, and it's arguably the first big release of 2024. I mean, we haven't gotten that many big games this year. For those that don't know, the game is called Tales of Tennorio, and this game has a hell of a backstory, but it finally will be releasing tomorrow, like I said. Tales of Tennorio actually used to be a real Pokemon game called like Pokemon Metal Mashalite or something, but it got copyright struck by Nintendo, so now they made it completely custom. And today I want to let you guys know what you should actually be expecting for release tomorrow. So the first thing is we actually got the map of what's actually going to be there on release, and there's actually some bad news which I'll get into a second that kind of pertains to this map. But essentially all the maps that are blacked out are going to be maps that are coming in future updates, and the maps on release is just going to be that main highlighted map that's actually colored and detailed. Now you guys might be thinking, what is the actual bad news? Well, at first they announced that the game will be releasing with the first 3 gyms, and if I'm being honest, I didn't think 3 gyms was any insane amount of content. Oh, and by the way, they're not called gyms, they're called stadiums, but 3 gyms was like, okay, that's a decent amount, right? I mean, obviously it depends a lot on how long it is between each gym and how much you actually need to train your Pokemon, but that's at least a decent amount of content. Not anything crazy, I would say, but definitely at least, you know, a solid amount. But if you don't think 3 is a lot, it got even worse because apparently they ran into some bugs, and it's only going to be 2.5 gyms now, and they have to restrict some of the content until like a few weeks later, they said. And I'm not gonna lie, that just kind of sucks to hear. To be fair to Tales of Tennorio, it does sound like they have a lot of other content like raids and things like that. I see now on Twitter, and it's like a whole raid boss system, and that's actually pretty cool to see. It looks like they have star ratings for how hard the rupture is, and I'm assuming you actually get a chance to catch these at the end, but I really don't know how common of a thing these ruptures are going to be in game. I don't know if this is something you're going to be rarely doing or something that's actually going to be a part of the main gameplay loop. But realistically, I'm still going to be worried about how much total content is in this game. I mean, even if the content is really quality, if there's not enough of it, that's definitely going to become a problem, and it definitely could lead to a potential downfall of the game. Now, I also do want to show you guys some of the evolutions that they already confirmed. They showed us all the starters and showed us the evolutions. The first one we got is this green bunny looking thing, then we got this red serpent, and then we got this blue clown looking dog. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll pop up some of the evolutions on screen, and I feel like the third evolutions are pretty cool generally, but the second ones I really don't mess with that much. To me, it feels like the first evolutions are cute, the third ones are definitely like the stronger looking ones, which makes sense, but the second evolutions just feel kind of too awkward. I mean, I know they're kind of awkward in Pokemon as well sometimes, but not to this extent. But maybe that's just me, maybe that's a me problem. I'm not even gonna judge too hard. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna go with the blue dog. I mean, the blue clown dog does look kind of cool, reminds me of Dream Chaser. Also, I forgot to mention there are shinies in this game. The base shinies are one of the 2000s, but apparently there's like multiple ways to up them. I'm not gonna really go in detail on that because I don't really understand it completely, I'm not gonna lie. But shinies are definitely one of the ways I could see the content in this game lasting a lot longer. I mean, a lot of people are literally gonna sit there and grind for hours on hours for shinies. But what's arguably the best news about this game is they did announce that there is gonna be no pay to win in this game. All the pay to win is gonna be cosmetic. And the reason that's such good news in my opinion is specifically in Pokemon games, monetization could easily ruin it. Like, I mean, if I could spin or spend Robux to get a Pokemon, it ruins the actual feeling of getting it legitimately, I'm gonna be honest. And they really took it to the next level because they're not even doing like EXP all or shiny charms. They're literally doing no pay to win things at all, and that's not even really pay to win in my opinion. A shiny charm I wouldn't really consider pay to win. I mean, I guess if shinies give stat boosts in this game, I'm not sure if they do, but if they give stat boosts, I guess it would be pay to win. But if they don't, that's not even pay to win in my opinion. But regardless, I gotta commend them for that because they're literally throwing away thousands of dollars just to make their game as best as possible, which is actually commendable as hell. And now I also wanted to bring up that the story, I'm pretty sure, is fully voice acted, which actually does help a lot for the player to actually understand and really pay attention to what's going on. I don't believe they've given too much detail on the actual story, but I do know we've seen some things in some of the trailers. Like, I do remember in one of the trailers, the game was like literally getting hacked in one of the trailers, like the surveillance footage or something, and everything started glitching out. I don't really understand what was going on, but it actually did seem pretty interesting. But overall, I would be pretty surprised if Tales of Tennorio ended up being a bad game. It actually does look very quality from everything I've seen. The only downsides, like I said, is the lack of content might be a thing. I'm not 100% sure, but that sounds like it could be a problem. But if you guys are going to be playing Tales of Tennorio tomorrow, make sure to like and subscribe button because I will keep you updated on everything that happens.